Today, I always have to look, I can't believe we're this far. Today is October 23rd, 2024. It's a little after 2 o'clock. I got a late start, I'm sorry. Where I'm doing my bi-monthly, I guess you'd call it a bi-monthly lecture, the second and fourth. And today, the first 15 minutes will be talking about the film festival here on the island, and then after that we'll open it up to Q&A about anything you want to talk about. So the reason I'm doing this is because I'm 77. I've been trying to write a book on all the behind-the-scenes stories about Catalina. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to get to the book, but at least we have me on recordings that posterity will be able to hear me talking about all these different stories. So we come up with a new story every time. So anyway, now you have to go back to 1979. This was the 50th anniversary of the building of the casino. And we were also at that time having the only programs that we had for people to come and enjoy themselves were chili cook-offs. Well, the chili cook-offs were getting completely out of control. So many families were so upset because, I won't go into detail, but just say that, well, they had a wet t-shirt wrestling for, the young ladies at the Scamso Beach Club, which is, they have there now. So they had all of this very bad, not bad, but, very questionable stuff. So I used to do special events. I had a company called Catalina Island Odyssey. And they came up to me and they said, Chuck, can't you come up with a different program that, can conflict with the chili cook-off that we can do so we don't have to feel that's the only thing we can do in town. So I started thinking, and by the way, I have been keeping track of every movie, TV show, and commercial made on the island. Okay, going back to 1909, we haven't missed a year. Can you guess how many you think I have by this time? And I keep getting new ones all the time. Come up with a guess. No guess? You can't even guess?
No.
You think he says hundreds?
Huh?
150.
How much?
150. He says hundreds. Thousands.
Okay, about 950.
Wow.
Going back to 1909. Do you see the books you have in front of you? Catalina in the movies, you'll see a lot of those in there. Also, you'll see Silence on the Island. These are all the silent movies that were made on Catalina going back to 1909. So these are some of my resource books. So anyway, I started thinking about it, and I went to Ada Blanche Wrigley, who they named the museum after. She obviously was alive then. That takes a lot of thought. She was alive at the time. And I said, would you allow me to take over the casino and do a film festival? Which I thought, why not? We have all of these. So I showed over 9 days. There were 45 movies, 5 movies a day for 9 days. They were all having to do with islands. Half of them were made on Catalina. So she said, Chuck, yeah, I'll give you permission. By the way, it wasn't really permission. I had to pay $10,000 a day. But she said, I would appreciate it if you would do the 50th anniversary of the casino as kind of a trade-off. So I said, great, I'll do the 50th anniversary, and I will then do my film festival. So that's how the whole thing basically got started. So the film festival, of course, was the casino was May 29th, 1979, 50 years to the day. I had asked John Wayne, who I became a good friend of, pretty good friend of, to be the the spokesperson for the event. Well, I knew that he was dying. Was dying of stomach cancer. But I thought I would at least invite him anyway, just so he knew that we were thinking about him. Now, he died during my film festival, and so we ended up taking one of the movies called The Quiet Man, having to do with Ireland, which is an island, so we put that in the place of the movie we were going to show. So anyway, that's pretty much how the whole thing got started. I got a telegram from him on May 29, 1979, a telegram from John Wayne congratulating me for my 50th anniversary casino, because he told me that he and Howard Hughes were here for the grand opening on May 29, 1929, which I didn't know, which I thought was pretty remarkable, how much we're always connected with the film world. Okay, now the good side. Okay, now I'm going to have you ask. You can't answer this. You can't answer this, Dennis, and you can't answer it either. Okay. I didn't find out until many years later that a young film student came to my film festival, and he saw Jason and the Argonauts. Now here is the original program. You can pass that around so you can see the movies that I showed. So he was there and he saw Jason and the Argonauts. You can see what date that one is. And because of that movie, he decided, because it was claymatics, he decided that he wanted to get in, become a director, a producer, which he still is. So does anyone want to guess who they think that he was? Anybody? Okay, you know who it is? You know who the person is? Okay. He was into claymatics, and some of his early movies were claymatic films.
Art Clokey.
Huh?
Art Clokey.
No. Okay.
Animation for Disney.
His last name was the same last name that one of Elizabeth Taylor's husbands were.
Burton.
Does that help?
Burton.
Yeah, Tim Burton.
Tim Burton. Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so Tim Burton. Now, next year they're going to honor me at the Catalina Film Festival they do now. The one that they do now is called the Catalina Film Festival. Mine was called the Catalina Island Film Festival. So next year they're going to honor me by having Tim Burton there to give me the honors. Now, I brought some of the honors that I've already had. Now, if you notice, I'm only starting off by the good things that happen. I will then be able to tell you what the bad things that happened at my film festival. So this is the honors. You can pass them around, just don't break it, of course, that I got in 2000, I think it was 2019.
Oh, that's nice.
Then this is the one that they gave me in September for the last film festival. They keep trying to find ways of honoring me, and I'm certainly not putting them down for that. So there's the one I got last month. So next year they're going to have Tim Burton there for me. Okay, that is the good part. The bad part is I literally lost my shirt on this. I ended up in the red for about $150,000, which now equates to about $500,000, about $500,000 I lost. Now, they had two articles that made the Los Angeles Times. One of them was entitled, "And Nobody Came." And they started off the article, I have these articles just to keep myself humble, and I have a lot to be humble about. So they said it was a beautiful, beautiful island, but nobody came. The weather was spectacular, but nobody came. The movies were all shown in the beautiful casino, the iconic building, and nobody came. They kept going on, and nobody came, and nobody came. The other one that I have to remind myself that I have to be humble, the article was entitled, "A Man, His Son, and a Dog." Okay, these are the only people who showed up for Treasure Island. Made on the Island with Jackie Cooper. Okay, a classic film. A man, his son, and a dog. Nobody else showed up for that movie.
What year was that?
Huh?
What year did that movie come out?
1934, I think it was. And then Mutiny on the Bounty was 1935. So I decided I was going to let the man, his son, and the dog in the theater so that I could at least say somebody showed up. Now, when I showed the iconic Mutiny on the Bounty made on Catalina in 1935, my timing couldn't have been better because the day before it was on television. Okay? Now, I figured, well, people are going to want to be at our film festival because they're going to see it